And now we get to the controversial stuff. Welcome to my second part in my three-parter Mass Effect documentary. And this time we're gonna talk about the ending to Mass Effect 3. As I mentioned, every choice you make will have some sort of consequence later. Whatever you do in Mass Effect 1 will carry over to 2 and 3. So for the ending of Mass Effect 3, you expect a huge variety of outcomes. If you bring every single war asset you have accumulated, you expect to see all of them in the battle doing their best. Well, in the last 10 minutes of fighting through the streets of London to activate the MacGuffin which supposedly will win the war, after an expositional dump of total bullshit by this new Catalyst character who tells you the following.
The created will always rebel against their creators.
Let me stop you right there. The Quarian and the Geth conflict contradicts this entirely, since it is revealed later that the Geth rebelled only in self-defense. And though the conflict lasted long, peace can be brokered between them if the player does the correct choice.
You are welcome to return to Rannoch at Moran with us.
Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics. We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
So you have created a bunch of synthetics to kill all organics every 50,000 years so that they won't get killed by other synthetics. Why is this the Reaper's whole purpose to begin with? Why can't they just harvest organics to further their own goals? There is not really a need to add a new level of mystery to a already mysterious villain. We don't need another reason the Reapers do the things they do.
I was created to bring balance, to be the catalyst for peace between organics and synthetics.
But you were created.
Correct.
By who?
By ones who recognized that conflict would always arise between synthetics and organics. I was first created to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. But our efforts always ended in conflict, so a new solution was required.
The Reapers?
Precisely.
So you were created to balance peace between synthetic and organic life. Okay. But then you deemed organics too unpredictable, so you harvested them. And now you repeat the process every time a new civilization advances far enough. He contradicts himself in this very sentence. They try to make it sound deep and all, but it's still a synth rebelling against its creator.
They created me to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. They became the first true Reaper. They did not approve, but it was the only solution.
You've said that before. But how do the Reapers solve anything?
Organics create synthetics to improve their own existence.
Just like the organics that created you with the purpose of being a sentinel for peace amongst organics and synthetics, to in turn improve the existence of everyone.
But those improvements have limits. To exceed those limits, synthetics must be allowed to evolve. They must, by definition, surpass their creators. The result is conflict, destruction, chaos. It is inevitable. Reapers harvest all life, organic and synthetic, preserving them before they are forever lost to this conflict.
We're at war with the Reapers right now.
You may be in conflict with the Reapers, but they are not interested in war.
Your words are as empty as your future. I am the vanguard of your destruction.
You may be in conflict with the Reapers, but they are not interested in war.
What do you know about the Crucible?
The device you refer to as the Crucible is little more than a power source.
Who designed it?
You would not know them, and there is not enough time to explain.
This is where they couldn't be bothered to give the MacGuffin an origin, so they just say that there isn't enough time to explain it to you. Well, there is clearly enough time to just spout bullshit in my ears. After that, you are presented with 3 choices. Let's go over each one and I'll explain why they don't work.
It is now in your power to destroy us. But be warned, others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. The effects of the blast will not be constrained to the Reapers. Technology you rely on will be affected, but those who survive should have little difficulty repairing the damage. There will still be losses, but no more than what has already been lost.
So, if you choose this option, all synthetic lifeforms will be destroyed. That includes the Reapers, the Geth, which you can make peace with, making this option total bullshit, and Edie, who has been your friend since Mass Effect 2. Barely 20 minutes ago, you were speaking to her, and she tells you that through your influence, she has learned to become an individual. She has learned how emotions work. She is now a fully developed, unshackled AI.
The Elusive Man ordered my creation years ago. Jeff was the one who allowed me to think for myself. But only now do I feel alive. That is your influence.
Thanks, Edie.
And now, 20 minutes later, if you choose this option, she dies. See ya, Edie. And you can just casually wipe out the entire Geth race, which has just as much right to live as anyone else.
Do we deserve death?
There has to be another way.
There is. You could instead use the energy of the Crucible to seize control of the Reapers.
So, the Elusive Man was right after all.
You will die. You will control us, but you will lose everything you have.
How can I control the Reapers if I'm dead?
Your corporeal form will be dissolved, but your thoughts and even your memories will continue. Your connection to your kind will be lost, though you will remain aware of their existence.
So, if you choose this option, you will take control of the Reapers, effectively replacing this godchild and proving the Elusive Man right, who you have argued and fought against for this very reason, making your character a complete hypocrite, or at the very least, acceptive of this bullshit presented to you.
Why kill when you can control?
You've been spending too much time with the enemy. They're dragging you over to their side, their way of thinking.
No, I just see things differently.
If you truly care about humanity, you'll stop fighting me. You'll join me.
I believe destroying the Reapers would be the worst mistake we could ever make.
You're playing with things you don't understand.
What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
So... the Elusive Man was right after all.
There is another solution. Add your energy to the Crucibles. The chain reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework, a new DNA. Organics will be perfected by integrating fully with synthetic technology. Synthetics, in turn, will finally have full understanding of organics.
And if you choose this option, you will merge all synthetic and organic life into something new, with neither their knowledge or consent. And all of this completely goes against what Shepard has stood for in his 5-year adventure. Now, the entire objective of Mass Effect 3 is to gather all the fleets so that you can push back the Reaper invasion. In order to gather this, you need to accept each other's diversities and all that. But now in the end, you have the option to completely wipe diversity and just merge synthetic and organic life. Am I the only one that sees what's wrong with this? It completely goes against the entire premise for Mass Effect as a whole. Furthermore, the Prothean you pick up in the From the Ashes DLC even says that his race lost the Reaper War because they were way too uniform to unite everyone to combat the Reapers. This further proves my point.
We have tried a similar solution in the past, but it has always failed.
Why?
Because the organics were not ready. It is not something that can be forced.
Again, hammering down my previous point. What makes the difference between then and now? What makes us as organics ready for this now? We are forcing this decision upon them. Yet he says,
It is not something that can be forced. Synthesis is the final evolution of all life.
I might be going out on a whim here, but then let nature take its course. Don't reset it every 50,000 years, right? No matter which option you choose, your character is going to die a horrible death, and the relay system is going to be utterly destroyed. And as they established in the Arrival DLC, that if a mass relay blows up, it will blow up the system it is housed in as well. By that logic, your character just killed billions of people in this very moment. I know they sort of fixed this in the extended cut of the ending, but my point is they shouldn't have to fix it in retrospect at all. Now, all those fucking war assets. We expected the ending of Mass Effect 3 to be similar to the Mass Effect 2 suicide mission, but in a much larger scale, a galactic scale even, where all your efforts throughout the course of the game takes shape and crewmates die/survive depending on your previous choices. Now imagine that on a galactic level. If you make peace between the Geth and the Quarians, you get to see them working together, but if you only manage to get one of them, the other won't be present in that scenario, which will affect other species. I was thinking the whole time collecting all these war assets would lead to something like that. Bands of Krogan charging head-on into Reapers, Geth and Quarians working on each other's strengths and weaknesses to survive, etc, etc. But instead of that, the ending is just multicolored explosions. I'm not asking for the super happy ending medal ceremony straight from Star Wars. I would be totally fine with a bittersweet ending. Liara still fucking around as the Shadow Broker, Tali on her homeworld building the house she talked about, Miranda if she survived, being with her sister, or even Garrus hanging out at that symbolical bar he talked about. They didn't really need that super twist ending, since it doesn't carry any impact introducing this new character in the last 10 minutes of the game. Furthermore, this new character completely cheapens the mystery behind the Reapers, telling your hero that he created the Reapers, which are synthetics, to kill organics so they won't be killed by synthetics of their creation. Yeah, that's the motive for the big bad, and they throw you this in your face in the last 10 minutes of a trilogy that took 5 years to complete. None of the character relations get any closure until the extended ending, which I should point out again wouldn't be necessary whatsoever. Get it right the first time. There is not really much more to say without prattling on, so I'm gonna leave you with this, and I'll see you on the next part. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching.